Ever imagined an indicator that predicts market direction changes combining strength, momentum, and money flow into one signal? In today's video, I'm going to show you an extremely accurate buy and sell indicator here on TradingView used by traders who want fewer false signals and more clarity in decision making. So stick with me until the end, because besides explaining how it works, I'll show you how to filter out bad signals and only use the ones that really make sense in the market. To successfully add this indicator to your chart, the very first thing you'll need is to be logged into TradingView, specifically on the asset you prefer to trade. I'm here with the Ethereum cryptocurrency on the ETH/USDT pair in the 30-minute time frame, but you can choose any currency pair and also any time frame you like to trade. And here you'll go to Indicators. Then, in the Indicators section, you'll type SMI MFI. This option will then appear here, which is the Stochastic Momentum Index from Andre 007. Click on it and it will appear on your chart just like it is on mine. Visually, it looks like an oscillator, moving above and below the zero line. The big difference here is that it combines two powerful indicators. The SMI, which is the Stochastic Momentum Index that measures market momentum, and the MFI, the Money Flow Index, which measures buying and selling pressure in real time. This means we're not merely analyzing the price, but rather the momentum derived from the actual influx of money into the market. That is precisely what gives this indicator its immense strength. We have two primary lines, the SMI MFI line and the signal line, which is essentially a moving average of that very line. When the main line crosses above the signal line, we get a buy signal and the area turns blue. When it crosses below, we have a clear sell signal and the area turns red. In the center, we have a histogram that measures the strength of this crossover. Larger bars mean a greater distance between the lines, indicating more momentum in that direction. Smaller bars indicate a weakening of the movement. Its operation is similar to the MACD, but it employs much more intelligent parameters. It also shows important overbought and oversold zones. Plus 40 and minus 40 represent classic zones, while plus 60 and minus 60 signify market extremes. And you can observe that these lines are quite variable. At times they will appear broader, and at other times more constrained, all depending on the current market volatility at that precise moment. When a crossover occurs in these extreme regions, the indicator marks a strong signal with a small circle. But be careful, not every signal like this is a good entry. Therefore, this is exactly where most individuals tend to make mistakes. So how will you effectively filter out those unfavorable signals? We can utilize price action or perhaps even another type of indicator. I typically rely on another indicator. To find it, return to the Indicators section and look for Pivot Supertrend. And it will be this option right here, Pivot Point Supertrend. You just need to click on it and it will then show up on your chart. Red signifies a downtrend while green indicates an uptrend. So now we're simply going to combine them, aligning them perfectly. Before we continue, a lot of people ask me which platform I use to access the Forex market and cryptocurrencies. I personally use EXNESS because it offers fast execution, extremely low and competitive fees, and a simple to use interface. It's the platform that best fits my analysis style and workflow. If you want to check it out, I've also left the link in the description. When the market is clearly in an uptrend, as visually indicated by the Pivot Point Supertrend, which is shown here by a prominent green line, we will absolutely require a strong buy signal from this specific indicator, especially after it has unequivocally reached its extreme point. So observe carefully. Here we have the SMI MFI indicator, which is signaling an extreme low point right at this particular moment, and it indicates this with a blue dot on the chart. Furthermore, we can observe that the price action is directly touching the Pivot Point Supertrend line. It was precisely on this particular green candle that the buy signal was generated, clearly indicated by the appearance of the blue dot. Therefore, in this scenario, as we find ourselves positioned above the pivot point, which is green, we initiate a buy order. We then set our stop loss slightly beneath the pivot point's zone, approximately at 1.3%. Our target is placed at twice that distance, aiming for 2.6%, which approximately led to a successful outcome. Right here, the price quickly reached its target, resulting in a very nice take profit on this buy trade. For a sell, it's the exact same scenario, but in reverse. You'll want to observe the price as it reaches an extreme point at the top. Notice how, at this precise moment, the volatility was significantly lower, allowing the price to encounter less resistance and swiftly reach its extreme point. In this specific scenario, we would then wait for our Pivot Point Supertrend indicator to also turn red, signaling an optimal condition for us to initiate a sell entry. And we'll simply wait for the dot to show up at the very top. When the little dot appeared, it was right around here, and that's exactly where we're going to place our sell order. So we initiated our sell order right here. Our stop loss was strategically placed about 1.7% above the pivot super trend level, and we set our profit target at 3.4%. The price quickly moved in our favor, hitting our target within the very next few candles, securing a clear victory on this sell trade. This indicator effectively integrates momentum and money flow, aids in filtering out unreliable signals, performs exceptionally well when trading with the trend, and even forewarns you of potential reversals. But remember, no indicator should be used in isolation. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a comment with more indicators so I know you'd like more videos like this one. Also, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that whenever I post a new indicator, you will be the first to see it. And also remember, this video is purely for educational content. It doesn't constitute a buy or sell recommendation, nor an endorsement for using the indicator. Do your own analysis because the financial market is risky and you could end up losing money. I'll see you in the next video. Until then.